66 million years ago, an asteroid attempted to migrate to the US, but it missed Florida and it landed in the Gulf of Mexico. Despite his initial disappointment, Chick's Club still proceeded to manifest destiny, spreading its influence across the Americas and eventually the world, through an ash cloud that enveloped the whole planet and killed nearly all plant animal life. Chick's Club's impact was called a mass extinction event. Many scientists claim that humans are the cause of the next extinction event, the first extinction event ever caused by a species. Yay, us! I'm here to argue that with the use of a superintelligent AI, humans should pull the plug on themselves to save the rest of the Earth.
Yo, fuck you, is the reindeer,
Niggas always tryna take my shit. How you gon' feel when I go take it, yo, bitch? Nigga, and I don't mean it, yo, chick.
National Geographic defines an invasive species as a species that isn't native to an area, that invades that area, and proceeds to cause massive environmental or economic damage. Since humans started out in Africa, we've spread all across the world and caused massive environmental and economic damage, causing us to be classified as the most successful invasive species of all time. The question is, how much time do we have left?
I want to go outside. Since the Industrial Revolution, the rate at which carbon dioxide enters the atmosphere has increased by 250%. This has resulted in an effect called global warming, which has caused countless natural catastrophes around the world. It has been widely agreed upon that past 1.5 average increase in temperature, climate change becomes irreversible. To stop ourselves from reaching this point, the Paris Climate Agreement was put on paper. In 2015, most major countries around the world agreed to work to lower their emissions by 2025. The goal was for the global temperature to peak in 2025 and start coming down by 2030. The fact is, most of the world's largest emitters have not held up their side of the bargain. At the rate we're at, by 2070, the global temperature increase will be 3 to 4 degrees Celsius. The fact is, humans are circling the drain. I say it's time we accept our role as one of Mother Nature's children and cut ourselves out of the equation to save our living brethren. Complex life developed on Earth 2 billion years ago. Humans developed on Earth 300,000 years ago. It stands to reason if the Earth has 5 billion years left, another intelligent species will be allowed to develop and mess things up again. All we have to do is clear the way. I'm tired. There's a somewhat theistic argument that states that human life has inherent value over other species, that we should be allowed to stay despite killing 60% of all species alive since we evolved into existence, because our souls have more inherent value. We are worth more because our lives are that of a more intelligent species and therefore contain more substance. While on a personal level, human interactions are somewhat unpredictable, and while our own personal relations and the Pixar movie Soul might make you feel like your life is worth more than that of your dog's or the possum that eats your trash, the fact is, when grouped together, statistically, humans are predisposed to cause damage to the Earth. In fact, the very first civilization, Mesopotamia, fell as a product. Early Mesopotamia thrived because, actually, it's in the name, Mesopotamia was between two rivers. They had an abundance of water, and it was very easy to plant crops. As different kingdoms fought over land and supplies, they began to damage each other's water supplies and taint the soil. Over the course of a few hundred years, something called over-salinization occurred, and the soil became unusable. This led to the previously mysterious fall of Mesopotamia. Another example is now. Humans are about as predictable as ants or beavers, except ants and beavers actually have a positive impact on their environment. It's time that we identified ourselves as the weeds that we are and eliminated ourselves from the equation. The ancient Japanese practice of seppuku is a form of ritualistic suicide by disembowelment. It was meant to be a better alternative for samurai over a dishonorable death. I propose that we do what we do best, innovate, to form the world's biggest katana in the form of a superintelligent AI. General AI very rapidly becomes ASI as it improves at an exponential rate, getting better and better at creating different versions of itself as it tries to get better and better at doing its goal. A well-developed general AI, given the goal of exterminating humanity in as harmless and swift a way as possible, would soon become an ASI, a machine more intelligent than all humans combined. It would be able to come up with the most dignified way for humanity to exterminate itself while conserving the rest of the planet for our plant and animal brethren. While it might not be the glorious sci-fi future that we plan for ourselves, it's the most honorable sacrifice that humanity could ever make, and nobody will ever know that we made it. Who knows? Maybe in a million years, another intelligent life form will come around to ruin things, and they'll discover countless lifeless human husks decaying and becoming oil for them to harvest. I really hope that they don't make the same mistakes as us, but ultimately, in a million years, that just won't be our problem. In the meantime, I suggest you all take your final moments to go out to your local drive-thru and get some food. Cut.